What are we going to talk about today?
I was thinking we just talk about like,
Our year.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one.
2021 wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah! You ready? Yeah! Karate talking!
Welcome back, guys, to another chat fam. My name is Amirza.
I'm Oya.
And I'm Samara.
Welcome back.
Yay!
If you guys haven't yet, please subscribe, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and all the other platforms there.
Yeah.
Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Yeah.
So ugly.
Any update from you guys?
Yeah, an update is that I realised that this bloody table is way too far away from us.
Yeah, why? That's a good update.
It's a good update.
Everyone appreciates
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, not much. Just wrapping up on work for this year since I'll be moving away in the next month. Aduh, ini sedih sekali ini semuanya.
I know.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
that's pretty much been my year. Just trying to quickly make plans with everyone and you know, do a big hurrah before I leave, you know?
Yeah.
Do a big pee. Do a big
Do a big
poo.
pee
Oh,
and a
God.
poo. Leave my mark in Sydney. Yeah.
Mark your
It's my
territory.
territory, mate.
That's so chat, man.
It's so true.
It's really chat.
Just going around Sydney, dropping peas everywhere.
Someone tries to walk in. Bro, what the heck?
How about you, Oya?
Yeah, same. I just feel like end of year, always same, not same routine, but you just like go through that same thing, like, oh, wrapping up the year, you know, want to tie your bow of your 2021 present box, you know. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we're doing Christmas shopping. Yeah, that's one thing that, you know,
What?
we've been trying to finish up for
Me?
the year. No, just us in general. I feel like I've, even though our family doesn't celebrate, like, you know, that rush of Christmas is becoming more intense every year. I guess as an adult, when you're making like friendships with more people throughout life, and obviously they celebrate Christmas. Yeah, just doing all the Christmas shopping before it's coming around, you know.
Jeez, yeah.
Wow.
Loud. Anyway,
Any update with me? Not much.
you're a cunt. A bit more of a cunt. Yeah.
Well, I think an update from all of us. We're going away next week. Not next week, the week after.
Oh yeah, it's the Chapman
Yeah.
getaway. Finally, this chick's coming with us.
Yeah. I can afford it this year.
Here's the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the money.
Yeah, wealth.
Been saving all that money.
Oh, mate.
Throughout the year. So,
Yeah. So
that's
I can
good.
finally come.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so this is gonna be our last episode of the year, and I feel like we should do like a 2021 podcast wrap up.
Yes.
Talk about our podcast, talk about our year in general, and what our like experience, because this year has been a bit weirder than last year.
Yeah.
Like last year was like a more of like, oh my god, what's happening? And this year's more of like, I don't know. It was just it's a bit weird.
It was.
So I've got some questions here that I got from the Institute of You. I don't know what this website is. I just found it just 5 seconds ago.
Love it.
So there's 30 questions about 2021, and we're all going to answer them.
All
Or
right.
maybe 5 or 10, but we'll see how we go. But the first question I've got here is, what is the most important lesson you learned this year?
That's a hard one.
I think for me, patience.
In what aspect?
I think in general, like it's like staying at home for the
being in lockdown.
being
Yeah,
locked
yeah,
down.
yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
it was very draining, and
Yeah.
I just like, you have to be really patient to not go out and just obey, like try to behave yourself, not like do something silly, whatever. Even at work as well, like there's points and periods where it's been becoming very stressful and really hard, where and then you just have to be very patient. That's all. And just
That's a good one,
Take
actually.
care of yourself as well.
That's a great one.
That's what I've learned. How about you guys?
No, that's a good one. I guess for me, what the biggest lesson I learned about myself is, I don't know. I think with COVID and just like being like in a very confined environment. I guess I've been taking a lot more risks lately. Because like you never know, like it could flop, and that's fine. Just pick yourself back up. But like, I've when opportunities come my way, it's just like, yeah, I'll just do it. As in, like, I've just kind of, I don't know, my mentality has changed in a way where instead of overthinking about things too much, I go with my gut.
Yeah.
And just like, for example, with this opportunity with Bega, like, I did think about it for a bit, but I'm like, nah, it feels right. Like, just go for it. And just like little, and it's with anything throughout the day, like, I don't know, choosing what to eat. I used to be very, very indecisive, and now I'm just like, I just make a decision.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for
thank you. Yeah. So just, just trusting your gut. I think that's what I've learned this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know about me. I don't know what I've learned. I haven't like taken the time to reflect on this year. But I just think, it's obviously been a very like turbulent year for sure. So I think, being able to cope with, like, I don't know how to word it, but like remaining optimistic through turbulent times. I just think, and expecting the unexpected. You like to say that, right? And that's in everything for me. Like, not only work-wise, I think work has been really crazy.
I said that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like so fitting. It's just like, because now, there's no normal. Everyone says the new normal, but there is no normal now. I think life is so turbulent. So being able to just go with the flow, like what you said, and just kind of take life as it is. I think COVID has taught us a lot of things, and has really put a light on what is most important in your life.
Yes.
And so whatever that lesson is, just wrap that up, and that's what my lesson was for the year. Well,
on a better note, the second question is, what is the best thing that happened this year? I think for me, is finding a new job after I was made redundant.
In like 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. I was just very lucky enough to find a new job after that so quickly. Also, like, I feel like this year for me as well, I think money has been good for me, just because like all these kind of money is coming out of nowhere. For example, the Zara. I mentioned this in a couple episode ago. It just was very unexpected, and I'm at a point where I could just buy a house myself.
Oh my god!
Yeah. It's just been even though this year has been pretty kind of bad for me, it's also been a blessing as well. So, best thing was like money and just finding a new job. But yeah. How about you guys?
I don't know.
I guess the same with me. Just getting that opportunity is just like something that very unexpected, because usually when you finish, in this company, how it works is that you've got to go through training to own your store one day. And I've known a lot of people, and they always tell me, they're like, just don't expect to get something soon. Like, you'll probably be waiting a couple years. I waited 2 months until I got my opportunity. So I was just like, what the heck, And I think just being more honest with myself as well, like I was saying, trusting your gut, just believing in yourself, and like the decisions you make, and everything that you do is just like, you're doing the best that you can. Like, you're doing great, you're fine. Like having a better outlook on yourself and being more self-confident is what I've been working on this year. So that's probably one of the best things. I mean, now I just like, again, taking risk and just trusting my gut, saying how I feel, and to others, if I'm feeling sad or if I'm feeling happy, I'm just like, I let people know now, instead of like, I feel a bit more like out there now. So Yeah, like a little butterfly coming out of a little cocoon, you know?
Yeah.
That's me.
Love
Just
that.
coming out going, can't, you know?
Love that. Love
You,
that.
Yeah.
What is the best thing that happened? This year hasn't been great for me. I mean, I haven't had a best thing.
My solar panels saved me this year.
You know what? I'll say the birth of my niece. I'm now an auntie to a niece. Let's say that. Yeah, because obviously, I don't know. You could probably relate. It's like a different relationship you have with your nephew and your niece. You know what I mean? It's just like with a girl. I don't know. So it's been fun to explore that this year. Honestly, I can't think of yeah. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, 2021. It's just a weird year.
It's been a weird year.
Yeah. On that note, what challenges did you overcome?
I think I can't. No, I still am.
I don't know what challenges, to be honest. I think my challenge was trying to find a new job as soon as possible after I was made redundant. That was my challenge. But I overcome it by trying to apply for a job every day and just be quite persistent. I think also challenges just also like learning a new job during lockdown. That was such a weird moment in my life. It was just like okay, working from home, no social interaction, just video calls every day. Because I'm a guy who likes to make new friends and socialize, but trying to connect with someone over video call is pretty hard.
Yeah, it is.
Which I overcome. Like we literally connected within seconds. Because we were this new person who also joined during lockdown. So, and we basically connected in the same kind of, I don't know, we have the same connection, I guess, because we had the same experience. So yeah, I think that was my challenge, and then I overcome it. How about you guys?
I think just living with my family in COVID. I don't know. Like I remember just almost driving myself insane, just being in the same house with them constantly. And family's family, but like when you've got a full-time job, you tend to spend more time with like your colleagues and your friends. So being at home and just in that confined space just really tested our boundaries, I guess. Like me being 25, I've never spent that much time with my family until this year, you know? And I was like, oh man. And yet we would scream and yell at each other, but like now we're closer than ever because it's like you've overcome that barrier. I don't know, it's weird to say. And I guess even living with yourself, sometimes you get sick of yourself. You're like, how do I spend time with me alone? Like, what is me time now? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And I never thought that I'd want to have me time when lockdown was over. But it's good because sometimes I'll be going out and I'm like, nah, I just want to stay home. You know? So it's just, that surprised me, I guess. Yeah.
I think for me, like going off both of yours, I just think learning to balance that work-life balance, right? Because I think I've never had to deal with that properly until the lockdown situation. And that was obviously even harder to do being in lockdown, right? Because my room, like I hated going into my room because I knew that's where I work. So I wasn't able to separate that work and life thing, right? But I just think after the maybe first month, like was a huge struggle for me. But after that, I just, learned to be like, okay, you need to clock off this time, just step away, like as you would when you were in the office. And then instead of socializing, it would be me watching a movie with my brother or something, you know, just something to, make sure you have that balance in life because it's hard. Even not in lockdown, it's hard. So imagine in lockdown, it's like triple hard. So I think that's how.
On that point, what did you do for your career growth?
Okay, I'll start off because for me, it was a lot of people leaving, a lot of challenges. I don't even know how to say this, but I think just in terms of career growth, being able to manage that as best you could, and just remaining optimistic, and just like, all right, don't stress too much, like you got this, and not expecting too much of yourself, because spreading yourself thin and thinking you can do everything is just not the way to go, I've learned. So yeah, I'm just keep looking at it because I'm just like, I don't even
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, as in, so not growing, you know,
but
per se.
for I feel like for you, this is kind of a good experience. Like, this is your first office, like, kind of, like, job. So I feel like this is a good point in life where it's like, okay, I know what I like. So in my next job, I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
I also just think, like, and this is probably going beyond career growth, but just not leaning on people too much. Do you know what I mean? As in, just, like, know who you're close with in work, but also... Okay, I'm going too deep into this. All right, you go. You go.
I kind of already went through what, like, you know.
Yeah.
What? Obviously, the answer is getting a job in Bega. That's it. That's how my career.
Yeah, you probably had the most obvious career growth.
Yeah.
In terms of
my career growth was turbulent.
yeah.
It was like, hey, I've got a job, redundant. It was like, oh, I found a new job, and then I'm like, oh, I'm a bit sad.
Yeah.
So I'm just
yeah, yours is like a roller coaster.
It
actually is.
yeah. So
I think mine has just been mine's just been going downhill. It's not stopping, guys.
For my career growth, I just feel like I was mentioning this to my friend. I just feel like I have a new job every year. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
So I had a new job this year, got a new job last year. The year before, I got a new another job. It's like I have a different job every year. So it's just like I haven't stayed in the same job since I worked at Specsavers and Zara, which I was working for them for like 4 years. So I literally have been working in an office job for less than a year. Yeah. For some of them. So anyway, it's kind of sad. Like, I wish I could just stay in a job for at least more than a year, but I feel like hopefully that
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. As I said, it's been a turbulent year for this year and last year.
I think for everyone, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who went through the same thing you did, really.
Yeah. On a positive note, how did you have fun this year?
Well, during lockdown, I know I participated in so many like movie marathons with my brother. We did so many. We bought a Nintendo Switch. That was fun. But honestly, out of lockdown, we have not played. So having fun also has just been catching up with people post-lockdown, you know, eating.
It's so funny. Nintendo Switch has been the ultimate lockdown
It
console.
really has.
Because I bought my Switch during last year's lockdown. And then I didn't touch it till this year's lockdown. And then I haven't touched it since. So, yeah.
Exactly.
But, yeah. Definitely eating out.
Yeah. It's a big thing that, like, all of us missed.
And has been something that's been more closer to heart now since lockdown.
Yeah.
Since we didn't have it for, like, 3 months.
Exactly.
Oh my god, remember our first outing when we went to Wetherill Park?
Yeah, we watched Shang-Chi.
Yeah! I was so excited.
We did 2 of our favourite things.
I cannot believe that was straight after.
That was straight after.
Lockdown.
That Thursday, we literally went. Yeah.
It's crazy. It was such a weird experience.
It was good.
Going out and then eating out.
Yeah, and now it just feels like it's never happened.
Yeah. Exactly.
So weird.
This year, I think 2021 just is weird. Like, if we were to label one...
I was going to say, like, I just feel like 2020, I actually enjoyed that year. I don't know why. Maybe because it was like...
Psycho.
No.
I forget.
No, because last year it was basically just my own time. Like, it was my first time, like, looking after myself. Like, during that first month or 2 months of lockdown. Like, I didn't have that experience at all. I didn't have like alone time for that long. I was like, oh, this actually feels good. But this year, for like 3-4 months, by myself, with my family, that was just like, I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I need to go out.
I see what you mean. I think everyone agreed in saying the first lockdown was like okay. Like, I think a lot of us were able to manage it well.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, was
It's a bit chat.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest.
It wasn't the greatest.
And podcast-wise, I think a huge chunk of our recordings were done virtually this year, which you know, made things different for us too.
I think also this year, like, they keep reassuring us, like, hey, there's a week left of lockdown. Cases keep going up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's another month. Oh, okay, cases still going up. And it's like, okay, what's going to happen now? It's going to be another month. I think that's why it has been so bad
Our
this year.
hopes
Yeah, our
keep
hopes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go through other questions. Probably skip. Here we go. How are you different than a year ago?
It's a deep question, that. Well, she kind of touched on
Yeah, I
it.
touched on that already. What about you, always poised?
How were you different a year
I
ago?
don't know. I feel like you guys always say you look the same every year, so I think that hasn't changed.
Are you less clumsy?
Well,
Can you multitask?
Maybe. I think I've gotten better at multitasking.
well, last year you didn't have a job.
True, that's right. I got the
yeah.
job end of last year,
Yes.
so I guess, different in that aspect.
I feel like I've been seeing you more this year. Now that you...
Yeah, maybe because I can afford to go to places now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how I've changed since last year. I'm sure I have. I
feel like you have changed a lot.
Yeah, I just probably
I can see it.
haven't. I probably just haven't. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but I'm sure I have. Like I think everyone changes every year in some manner.
I feel like you want to punch me more every time you say it.
Yeah.
She needs to
Become
punch him
more
back
violent,
for next
Yeah,
year.
become more violent.
More violent.
Yeah. So if we see her in jail next year, it's probably
Knock on wood, man.
Jeez,
It's like-
I feel,
one
you
day
know
she
what?
actually shanks me.
I feel like I can say I stress less in terms of I don't stress about things I think I would have stressed about last year.
Yeah.
I've just become more like, okay, it's fine. It is
good.
what it is.
Yeah.
Let's just hope for the best. Again, optimism. Optimism is key. So, what about you?
Wait, what was the question again? I've lost it now.
How have you changed since last year?
Try not to go into deep work politics.
That is so off base from what we were talking about.
Yeah, what do you-
Positivity, optimism. Let's go. Work politics.
What do you mean? You try not to get invested in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think last year I was too invested, and this year, yeah, I feel like I need to separate.
You keep more to yourself,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay. It's
yeah.
a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, but it's pretty hard.
It is fun.
You know what? I'm kind of the same too, actually. Like,
Yeah,
this
you're.
year, I'm just like,
yeah.
if there's work drama, I'm like, nah, like, it's not. I don't want to waste my energy on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I used to gossip a lot before because like I'd be frustrated about things that happen at work, but now I'm just like, oh,
You're more carefree, right?
yeah,
You're just like, whatever.
it's just like, oh, I can't, like, I don't care.
Can't be bothered.
Like, someone tries to come up to me here and there and, like, talk about drama. I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. Same.
And they'll try to, like, rile me up, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're more carefree because I guess, like, we've gone through so much this year, and then our emotions are a little bit, So, I guess that's, like, toughened our shells a little bit, in a way.
All right. So I've got 2 more questions here. How do you just describe this year in 3 to 5 keywords?
I feel like we've said all of them. For me, weird, turbulent.
Yes. Crazy.
And I'd say challenging. That's my 3.
How about I will be weird. Oh, I'm gonna copy you, challenging. But the third one,
Turbulent.
hopeful.
Hopeful.
Yeah, because there's times and periods in my life where you have to stay hopeful in life.
Yeah. Life's always going to be up and down then,
Yeah.
so that's something you should always
Yeah.
keep in mind too. Yeah.
Let's use a keyword of ours, chat.
Good one.
I need to sneeze.
That's the second one.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What did I say? Chat. Unpredictable.
Yep.
And I guess kind of rewarding. As in like, I don't know, like rewarding in a way like when we first went out to eat, like I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I haven't had this in so long. Or like I built a PC and that was rewarding for me because I was like, okay, I used like, the money that I saved to like build something that I never thought I'd build before. And then I started Twitch streaming and just things that like little projects that I worked on, and then when I did it, it was like rewarding. Like my plants as well, like it's so rewarding to see them every day. Like I only started taking care of plants because of COVID. Like I'm spending more time at home, you know, and then like they're bloody loving life right now, and I'm just like, oh, you know, yeah, I don't know. That's how.
Actually, that's a good one. I think for all three of us, I'd say another keyword is grateful. Despite everything, we're all very grateful for the year that was. I think there's still a lot of things to be appreciative of. So, yeah.
All right, last question. What advice would you give yourself for 2022? So your future self. So we'll be watching this video.
Just have faith that things will turn out okay. As long as you're doing you're living your best life and you're doing you.
What would you tell yourself in the future?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what she said.
Okay.
I'm saying to you in Bega, just everything will be okay. Just, you do you. Do the best that you can and it'll be fine.
Oh yeah?
Trust in yourself. There we go.
What would you tell yourself in the future?
For me, I think don't be afraid to go for what you want, and do what makes you happy. Like, I know that's corny but honestly, like, I just need to remind myself all the time, like, don't sell yourself short for things, or like, don't drain your energy on unnecessary things.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
Yeah. Be around good energies always.
Good energy.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Yeah.
To myself, I would say keep pushing forward. There's always going to be lots of roadblocks and challenges, but always stay hopeful. There's going to always be something positive or something good at the end of the tunnel. So just keep pushing forward, and I know there's going to be something better in the future. So
Nice.
that's all I can say.
Mate.
So yeah, that wraps up the podcast for 2021. Basically, we're gonna go on break in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're gonna try to figure out how we're gonna do podcasts in 2022 because this chick is moving to Bega. So we're trying to see how we go. But thank you for listening to us in 2021. It's been a crazy year. As I'm always said, majority of our episodes were filmed virtual, but we're hoping that you enjoyed it during those months when we were in lockdown. But yeah, any last words, guys, before we...
I guess thanks for all your support, for those who are still sticking around. It's funny to think that people are still watching us. But yeah, just want to thank you, like even just opening Spotify, opening YouTube, and just listening to what we need to say, even though sometimes it can be a bit unbearable in chat. Thanks for being chat with us for this year.
Thank you.
And stay safe. And any Indo word of the day?
Yeah, I was going to mention that. I was thinking of saying 2022, but in numbers in Indo.
That's so random. Yeah, you go.
2022.
That's
So chat.
That's worse in Indo than
2022.
Selamat tahun 2022.
Maybe we should just say like, have a happy new year.
Yeah, selamat tahun baru.
I don't know.
Selamat tahun baru.
Baru.
Yeah, B-A-R-U.
Baru.
I can't say my R's. I can't.
Baru. Tahun baru.
Yeah. Salamat is like have a happy, or like something like that. Yeah. Tahun is year. Baru is
new. It's like the
new.
opposite, eh?
Yeah, I know. What the heck?
Happy.
How do you say Merry
Happy
Christmas?
year.
Happy Year New.
How do you say Merry Christmas?
Selamat Natal.
Natal.
Yeah.
Hari Natal.
Yeah, Selamat Hari Natal.
So that's like Christmas Day. Happy.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So Selamat Hari Natal and
Happy New Year. And then
yeah.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Sorry.
Year. Yeah.
Hoping to see you next year for another Chat Fam 2022. But stay safe. Enjoy the last couple of weeks of 2021. But yeah, we'll see you next year, I guess.
Yeah.
mate.
All right. My name's Amirza.
I'm Moya.
And I'm Sam.
All right. Take care, guys. See you next year. Bye.
Here we go.
Here we fucking
Here we
go.
bloody go.
Here we bloody
Here
go.
She's a tall Did you enjoy Spider-Man? Huh? Did you enjoy Spider-Man? What? Yeah. Yeah, it was very, very good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
mate. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, it was good.
It was good.